Hey guys, Rich here with Brotherhood Reviews, and we're back talking about a movie, a DC movie at that, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. And this is going to be this is actually my first opinions on it right after me watching the movie. I will probably do like a bigger breakdown later after I totally process everything that went down in the movie. It is a box office failure, but that doesn't mean it's a bad movie. I don't really, especially since the pandemic, I haven't related the quality of a movie off the box office scores in a very long time, because just off of the simple fact nobody wants to go to the movies anymore since streaming has been a thing. So anyways, getting back to Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. So we start off with Aquaman, and he has his son, as everybody knows, because you see it in the trailer. That's not even a spoiler for the movie. I'm not going to get into any really crazy spoilers in this. Just a few things that I did and didn't like about certain parts, and also there's some editing issues that I had with the movie, but that's just, we'll get to that when we get to that. Now, the whole story in itself as a whole, I liked where they were going with the story. Now, certain parts were like okay, like the council. I feel like they could have done more with the council, especially with the fact that they had Black Mantis stealing all that oral alchem, and then we had him breaking out his brother. So those two things, I feel like the council should have gotten a little bit more involved, especially for them kind of making a big deal about the council in the beginning. Now that's really the issues I had with that. Now the editing, because I don't want to really get into like the ending of it, what I really wanted, like, I just felt, anyways, we'll get to that. But the editing, there were certain parts, especially during the fight scenes, where I feel like the editing was too choppy. Like if somebody would punch them, you know what I mean, they would switch to somebody else's fight, and then next thing you know, the other person's on the floor, they're on the floor, and then they show them flying back, and then, you know what I mean, it's just like the synchronization with the editing during the fight scenes wasn't really there for me. It kind of like lost me. But other than that, like the fights in itself were actually good. It's just like the editing of the fights kind of threw you off a little bit. Now, the whole relationship between Aquaman and his brother through this is really interesting, because they kind of use the story to bring them together, and I kind of like that, because in later versions of the comics, after they battle and all that, his brother breaks out of jail. They actually do become cordial with each other, so I like that. And if there were to be more, they could build on their alliance, and that's very interesting. Now the ending was really I kind of liked where they were going, because I only had one issue with the end of the movie, and that is when they were bringing back the original king's brother or whatever. What was the point of fully resurrecting him and killing him immediately? I thought it was going to be an actual team up between him and his brother to defeat him, and I feel like that would have just been a better overall ending. It still ended pretty well, especially with Atlantis being known to the public and everything, but those are just my initial thoughts of it. Like, I think people should watch it. I personally think you should wait until it comes on HBO Max, but like, if you want to go to the theaters and support it because you're a fan, go support it because you're a fan. but you know what I mean, it was a great movie. It's just sad because there's you know, it's not leading up to anything. And I think that's the main issue with the DC movies right now that are coming out, is that they're not leading up to anything, and that's why people aren't really running to go see them. But thank you guys. I hope you have a good daytime, night, whenever you guys are listening to this. Thank you.